Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to Tony the Technician channel. Today we're going into Tool Talk episode 15 and we're going to be doing a in-depth review slash usage of the Ernst Bit Boss. You guys might know that I have the Ernst socket bosses for all of my sockets, and I really love those. Well, today, because of one of my subscribers, thank you so much for mentioning this to me, I had seen it and never really even thought about it. Well, it's the Bit Boss, part number 5710, and this only runs $20. And it's their tray. The socket bosses are a bigger tray and it holds 3 rails. The Bit Boss is going to be the smaller tray with 2 rails, and you can get the socket boss in this size as well. And just like their socket boss, you push the tab at the bottom over here, and the rail slides over, and you can remove it. And that's the same for both sides. Sorry, my heat just kicked on in the garage. So these are actually 3 separate parts here. Same thing with the hex shank bit holders. 3 different pieces. So if you wanted all of these, you could buy more of these, and this is just a normal rail. I'm not going to remove that because the points are extremely sharp on here. So I'm going to take a file and really round these down. But you can actually slide these off and customize it however you want. So that's one really nice thing. And then to put it in, you just simply push it in and slide, and it's locked in place now. Nice and shallow. It'll fit in a shallow drawer as well, even with these small short bits in this portion. And then the reason I really was interested in this is because I have a bunch of these little DeWalt cases. Just some information. This holds 90 bits, and then this, I believe, is 18 different hex shank holders. But I have a bunch of these DeWalt cases in the back of my drawer, and they do just fine. But the thing is, this style bit holder up here and over here is just fine. But when you get to this style, where it actually wraps around the hex portion, it's made of rubber, so it's actually really easy to get the bit out. But to get it in, you can't just simply put it in from the top. You have to go from above, slide it down, and then if you have a rail here, it makes it even more of a pain in the butt. You have to push down, get it angled just right because it is a point here, and then you slide it in. You might be able to see it in the yellow portion better. So it's kind of a pain in the butt, and because of that, I hardly ever use any of these out of here. I'll use these bits just because they're simple to grab and put back. But as far as this style, I hate it. It takes too much time to take in and out. But with this, it's simple. You can customize it however you want, and you just simply push it in and you're good to go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take all of these different bits and I'm going to try and adapt this as best as I can, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I have it all set up. Okay, YouTubers, so this is how I have it set up right now, but as we know, when you get something like this, it does take time to tweak and kind of set up however you want. I did get rid of a majority of everything out of these cases, and then I consolidated what didn't fit, because one thing I do want to mention, it does say it fits up to 90 bits. When I read that, I thought it was just 90 bits alone over here. No, it's 72 over here, and the remaining being this portion over here. So as far as the larger stuff, this is what I have left. I don't use square drive. I don't do a lot of woodworking stuff, and when I do, I just use normal Phillips head. So I don't really need that accessible. This is an extremely cheap bit holder, so that's probably just going to go in the trash. This bit is a little too long. I mean, I could tweak it to make it work, but not necessary. I did get the smaller bit to fit. I have my 3 clutch quick release impact adapters over here, 3 magnetic nut drivers here, another magnetic nut driver, impact socket adapter 3/8, small drill bit, a couple Phillips head and flathead longer bits, and then my quick release bit holders, and those are really nice. It's got a spinning collar and everything, so Holds those really nice, really organized, and then 72 smaller bits over here. And I'm mainly just decided what I was going to use most often, so it's easily accessible. Then everything else, not a big deal. And then this stepper bit, it's not a big deal to be on there. Now, one thing I do want to mention, if you have anything similar to this, well, I never planned on putting these on here because they're way too long. But another thing I want to mention is it will only hold the hex portion. If it has a round shaft or anything like that, these are a little bit too big diameter for it to actually hold. So just keep that in mind. But other than that, this thing is fantastic. $20 and it holds, 90. And you don't have to set it up like this. The reason I set it up like this is so it will actually fit in my drawer, but you could, remove this and you can stand a lot of your taller ones up and stuff like that as displayed in this photo here. But I really like all my longer stuff laying down so it still fits inside the drawer. And this is press fit. It kind of tapers at the bottom, so it does hold the bits very well. So don't worry about that. So these are my two main bit organizers. This is from Torin, and it's magnetic as well. It's magnetic to the drawer and to all this bits on the inside. But as far as the Ernst Bit Boss, I think it's really cool. I can hold it upside down. Nothing's falling out or anything like that. So it's really nice. Now I'm going to place it in the drawer and show you guys what it looks like. This is a shallow drawer, and the way I have it set up, it still fits. And I still have about a ½ an inch of clearance, basically a finger width between the top of the bits and the top of my drawer. So nothing makes contact. It opens and closes really easily, and it saved me a bunch of room. Before I had 5 of these DeWalt cases lined up back here, and now I have it down to just the Ernst Bit Boss and 1 DeWalt case where I'll keep my square drive and the items that I don't really use all that often, but I don't want to get rid of just in case I do come across that time that I need them. But that's it. A couple of these got a little bit of rust on them, but that's a cheaper bit socket set, but they're gonna do the job. So I really like it. Let me know what you guys think of this product. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.